Hey guys, Julian here with another anime review. And I was kind of wondering if any of you guys had joined any clubs while you guys were in university. How about you? I was a part of the Genshiken club. What's that? It's the Society for the Study of Modern Visual Culture, for your information. I'm sorry I asked, but I believe there's an anime by that same name. So today we're going to take a look at the entire Genshiken series. So there are multiple parts in this series. Let's start with there is Genshiken, Genshiken DX, Genshiken 2, and finally Genshiken second season. So some say there are 4 seasons, while others say there are 3 seasons and an OVA collection. Take your pick, but regardless, the series is jam-packed with lovable characters. Oh, on a side note, for those that are buying the first 3 parts, which is Genshiken and Genshiken DX, which is combined into one DVD collection, and Genshiken 2, the DVD will sadly not play on most DVD and Blu-ray players due to the DVD's format. So you'll probably most likely have to plug it into a computer and watch it off of that. Because as of this current filming, this is just how it is. As well, as of the time of this filming, Genshiken second season is not dubbed and only is actually available on Crunchyroll, which is also missing an OVA on there. The series takes on multiple different art styles as it was picked up by multiple different production studios. The opening of the OVA matches the opening for the anime that the characters watch throughout the series called Kubiji Unbalanced, which also had 3 OVAs packed with the first season of the anime, and then a spin-off with the second season on its own for Kujibi Unbalanced. For an anime to have an anime inside of itself and then spin off to its own actual anime, I think is quite impressive. And the series does a ton of parodies of real-life anime as well. In terms of timeline, it goes as follows: Genshiken, Genshiken DX, Genshiken 2, and finally Genshiken second season. While the first 3 don't have much of a time gap between them, only maybe like a couple of months to a week, Genshiken the second season is actually quite a large jump from Genshiken 2. While there is sort of an OVA to bridge the two, there is still a lot of important parts missing to me. Like for the fact that when 2 characters finally get together, but that will get mentioned later. Genshiken as a whole is an interesting concept. It's a story told in both manga and anime form about a university club that approaches modern otaku culture, not anime, not manga, but all the above and more. It's about otakus in their daily university lives and entering their normal adult society lives as well. This was a very interesting series to watch as it described very real worries, challenges, and relationships that normal everyday otakus have. While I wish anime-wise it covered more of the manga, the fact that it got even this many episodes is more than enough for me. Now, if only there was a complete collection of the series and all dubbed in one place, it would be perfect for me, and I think it would reach a much larger audience. Now it's time for Romance Corner. Let's start off with these 3 couples. Well, there are really only 3 couples that I want to talk about. So starting us off is Kousaka and Saki. Oh my god, this is such an interesting couple because Kousaka is a big otaku, especially in the video game series. Like, oh my god, he is the best at fighting games. Like, he dominates everyone. He's got all these different consoles at his place. I mean, he loves the occasional manga and anime, but his bread and butter are video games. And Saki is your run-of-the-mill popular girl that does not like anime, manga, or anything about otakus, but decides to join it anyway because of her boyfriend, who is really pretty. Or I should say handsome. Which I find is so funny, and eventually she does end up giving it a try. She ends up trying out cosplay and whatnot, and just kind of eventually gives in and starts to understand that culture. While it may not be for her, she's accepting of her boyfriend. And I think that's a pretty good understanding between the two of them. It might not be her thing, but at least she respects Kousaka enough that it's his thing. Number 2, Tanaka and Ono. These two are huge otaku fans and are big in the cosplay scene. While Tanaka isn't much of a cosplayer himself, he is to some degree, but he loves to make cosplays. And Ono loves to showcase them off. Who could have asked for a better pair? These two are an amazing dynamic duo, and even though Ono's university life is a little complicated, she sticks beside Tanaka and they get through quite a bit. And even though they're kind of awkward at first, I think they find their footing and end up being quite sweet in my opinion. But number 3, my absolute favorite, is Sasahara and Ogiwe. Oh my god. To see these two come together is a bit of an understatement because Ogiwe has such a hard shell personality within the first OVA collection, which is Genshiken DX and Genshiken 2. She is seen to be very hostile towards other otakus, doesn't want to admit to herself that she is one, and that she ends up drawing some really crazy doujinshi about the two club mates, which then ends up being exposed. But like, damn, like she included Sasahara in that doujinshi, and I was like, wow, that takes some big guts to do. But they end up becoming a nice pair because Sasahara ends up becoming a manga editor, while Ogiwe is herself a manga artist, which is again a pretty good pairing in my opinion. But Ogiwe took a little bit of time to open up, and unfortunately, the anime does not cover when these two actually end up going out. So in Genshiken's second season, we do actually see them as a couple, as Sasahara has graduated and Ogiwe has taken over the club, but we don't get to see how they came together, and even in that OVA between the two, we only quite get flashbacks to when that kind of happened, which we don't get to fully see how it played out, which was quite unfortunate. But getting to see them together and seeing them work together, it does make them a pretty cool dynamic duo, in my opinion again. Now it's time for my only part in this episode, the 3 reasons why you should be watching this anime. Number 1, it's quirky. It has so many quirks, it's awkward at times, it is amazing to watch because you'll find it quite relatable at times. Number 2, it's the otaku life. Have you ever wanted to live like an otaku? Did you ever wonder what it was like to be one in university? Well, this is definitely the anime for you, and it'll teach you exactly how to be the perfect otaku. Not that you guys should really be it, but you know, if you were ever curious and wanted to know, this is definitely the anime that goes a little more in depth as to what their day-to-day lives are like. Number 3, it's romantic. Wow, otakus finding romance? That's insane! But it is sweet at times, so we get to see some pretty amazing couples like what that was talked about earlier, so you get to follow their lives and how it was to fall in love, and how love kind of played a role in their kind of anime lives. Definitely a watch that you should not pass up on. Wow, I wish I had a club like this when I went to university. Let me know if in the comments down below if you guys joined any anime clubs in your university career or even high school. Or something even similar to that when you went to school, and if you guys even enjoyed that. Well, I sure did. Anyway, that's all for this episode, and be sure to check back for new episodes later this month. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you guys all in the next one. Take care until then, and since when do you do endings? I was my anime club's president, and I mandated that we all had to watch one anime series a week. Maybe I should go start a new anime club, and I'll mandate it again. That's a good idea.